Oh, hello, YouTube. Today in the Naughty Librarian, we are going over my September TBR list. You know what? I have decided making obtainable TBRs to be much better for my mental health. I used to put a lot more books on each TBR, and I've been putting like 6 to 8 books on my TBRs going forward for the last few months, and you know what? I have been achieving those goals, so I think that's gonna be the ticket here because I don't feel overwhelmed. But on that note, it is September, so it is time for What's on Deck. What am I going to be reading this month? First category, like always, is special projects and book clubs. I am still continuing on with my James Bond read-along with Dr. No. This is book 6, and this one I'm excited to reread because I had a lot of thoughts the first time I read it. Again, this is gonna have a huge yikes factor for racism because dear Lord, was this horrendously racist at times. And just, I'm not going to get into it right now. I'm going to have a whole video where I'm recapping this, but I've been having a really good time rereading all the James Bond books and making the videos. So if you guys like them too, please give them a watch, but I'm having a good time with it. So I'm going to continue on with Dr. No. I am nearing the end of the Vampire Chronicles, and for September, I am going to be doing Prince Lestat and the Realms of Atlantis by Anne Rice. From the little I have looked into about this book before reading it, because I'm trying to go in as blind as possible, but the little tidbits I have picked up here and there, this is gonna be unreal. Like a lot of wild stuff has happened in the Vampire Chronicles, and I think this one might be the weirdest. I'm bracing myself in advance, but I am excited to see how weird can it get. Like, now it's a bet. Now I'm wondering, like, how is she gonna outdo herself? So anyway, Prince Lestat and the Realms of Atlantis. I'll have a full recap review video coming out this month. Next up, for our patron and channel member exclusive book club, we are going to be reading That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon by Kimberly Lemming. I have heard about this book for so long, and I've been meaning to read it for so long, and I mean, I think the title says everything it needs to say. The Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon, and then romance ensues. And I mean, yes, A+ for title and like theme and like this being cheeky. So I like all of that. And as of right now, when I am filming this video, it is winning the polls by only 1 vote. Our polls have been very tight for the past couple months, but I'm pretty sure this one's gonna win. So we're reading That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon by Kimberly Lemming, and I'm pretty excited about it. Next up, I have romance, and I have 2 of them. I'm going to be reading Cruel Seduction by Katee Robert. This is the latest book in the Dark Olympus series, which I have been very much enjoying. It's kind of like the Greek gods, but like in a neo-futuristic kind of mirroring our own world form of Olympus, and I think the real world also exists outside of Olympus. It's a whole thing. I don't really worry about like the world building, honestly. I'm reading this for smut, like like at least I'm honest here. And this one in particular is going to be very smutty because it's not a couple, a throuple. I guess it's a quadruple. I don't really know what the adjective for that would be, but it's a 4-way relationship. And I want to see all of the combinations about how things are going to fit into other stuff. So I'm excited to see how this works. But this is Aphrodite and Hephaestus. They're kind of an unhappily married couple, so they're both trying to spite each other with other lovers. So they bring in Pandora and Adonis, and then it turns out all 4 of them end up enemies to lovering each other into a quadruple. So anyway, I'm into it. I want to see how this all works out. I have been enjoying like the pulpy kind of soap opera-y melodrama that's been going on for like the overarching plot of the series. So it's just juicy. It's juicy and smutty, and that's really all I'm looking for. I'm also finally going to be reading The Deal by Elle Kennedy. I have had this on my bookshelf since the beginning of 2020. And I keep saying, oh, I'm going to read it, I'm going to read it, I'm going to read it. And I never do it. So I've put my foot down. I'm going to read it in September. It's kind of my ode to smutty September, which I used to do. But this one, it's like new adult college romance. Nerdy girl is like tutoring captain of the hockey team because his grades are bad. But like she's kind of using him to make this other guy jealous. So it's like a mutually beneficial relationship. Like she's helping him with grades. He's helping her make someone jealous. But like, uh-oh, they fall in love for real with each other, which is like my favorite trope. So I am excited to read this one. Hockey season is kind of starting soon. I'm wearing my King shirt. So like, why not? Let's get into the hockey vibes of it all. So I'm finally going to read it. It only took me like almost 4 years. Oh God. Last category is sci-fi fantasy, and I got 3 chonkers I'm going to try to read. First things first, I have Lightbringer by Pierce Brown. This is the latest book in the Red Rising saga, so I think this is book 6 at this point. Honestly, what I'm going to try to do is go find really spoilery synopsises of the other books, because it's been, oh gosh, almost 4 years, I think. I think the last book came out in 2019. So it's been a minute since I've read anything related to the Red Rising saga. So I'll go do that. I'll get my recaps and I'll jump into this one because I remember a fair amount of the previous book. What am I expecting? I'm expecting peril. Lots of the characters that we know and love were in horrible positions at the end of the last book. So yikes, there's going to be a lot of drama and peril and danger and space battles. I'm not even going to try to explain what the series is about. This is book 6 at this point, and honestly, it's too much. But it's sci-fi, it's in space, and there's different like castes of people, and they're trying to make a better society. But then, like, people are, like, fighting back against them, essentially. That's the vibes here. And honestly, I remember the last book was heavily influenced by Dune. So we're kind of starting to go that direction, honestly. But here we are with Lightbringer. This is a chonker of a book. Like, Pierce Brown really has never been known for brevity. So let's see how long this actually is. Okay, so it's 678 pages. Breezy. It's gonna be so long. So yeah, I'm gonna hopefully dive into this one and get it read because it is enormous. I'm also gonna be reading Immortal Longings by Gong, and this one almost won the poll for our patron channel member book club. And this one, oh, I'm so excited for it. I've read things by Gong before, and I haven't been wildly impressed. However, those were all YA. This is her adult debut, and this is kind of a reimagining or bringing vibes of Anthony and Cleopatra. So, oh boy, I have been wanting like a good Julius Caesar or an Anthony and Cleopatra retelling for so long, and I haven't got it. Like, I don't know why no one's doing those as retellings, or if they are, I haven't seen them. But this one, I'm really trying to keep my expectations low, but also I'm very excited for it because I'm finally getting the thing that I want. However, this one is obviously very fantasy based. You know, there's like games to the death, and like I think people are able to like flit in and out of different bodies, so you can inhabit other bodies, and I guess that's where the whole Immortal Longings type of title comes from. And also, you know, assassination plots, like let's bring down the monarchy and like fight in these games, and then forbidden romance, and I'm like into it hardcore. So I'm very excited. Fingers crossed I'm not disappointed because I have been wanting a retelling of that story for so long. Last up, for a little bit more fantasy on deck, I have Ink Blood Sister Scribe by Emma Törzs. And this one is basically, there's these 2 sisters, and it's been their family legacy to like protect this magical library, and then things have happened where they have to like fight back against evil forces who are trying to get into the library and use its, you know, magical knowledge for nefarious reasons, and they have to like join back up. I also think they're estranged, if I'm not mistaken. I'm kind of trying to go into this a little bit blind, so I've basically like barely kind of looked at this blurb, if I'm being honest, but yeah. Okay, so they are estranged. I was right. In this spellbinding debut novel, two estranged half-sisters, tasked with guarding their family's library of magical books, must work together to unravel a deadly secret at the heart of their collection. A tale of familial loyalty, betrayal, and the pursuit of magic and power. Ooh. So it's gonna be like family drama, but make it magic, and also librarians. I'm into it. And it's been sitting on my shelf for quite some time. It's from Book of the Month. So this was from June. Oh, it's not as long as I thought. I thought it had been on my shelf for longer, honestly. But I'm going to be reading in September. Why not? Why not? I just kind of I'm vibing with it at the moment. All right, so that does it for September. That's what's on deck. I could add more books to this TBR, but frankly, I have been doing really well with smaller TBR, so I think I'm going to stick to that. And I'm excited for a lot of these. You know, these are continuation sagas I've been doing. A lot of these are sequels and books that have been on my shelf for far too long. So it's a good mix of things. Let me know in the comments down below, what's a retelling you have been desperately wanting to read? What retelling is it? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you know of any Julius Caesar retellings, tell me in the comments. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like. And if you want to see more videos, make sure you subscribe. And if you want cool exclusive content, including early access to videos and a book club, you can consider becoming a channel member or a patron. Links for that are in the description down below. And on that note, I will see you guys soon. Goodbye.